Oh, you're gonna love this one. Get comfy, let your thoughts wander, and when you're ready, baby, dream of a new life.
Unleashed Desire by Catherine Serafina. Chapter 2. Dale Unleashed. The necklace looked different at night. It sat on the bathroom counter, faintly catching the soft glow of the overhead light. Not glowing, not visibly, but it felt alive somehow, like it was humming just under the surface. Donna stood in front of the mirror, wearing nothing but a towel, her hair pinned up, her skin still damp from the shower. I leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. I'd already asked twice if she was really going to do this. She hadn't answered either time, just gave me that look she had, the one that dared me to question her. "Are you sure it's safe?" I asked, quieter this time. She met my eyes in the mirror. "You're the one who agreed to it." "That was before I thought you were serious." Donna picked up the chain, letting it dangle from her fingers. 12 hours, she said again. Just long enough to see the truth. Then, without hesitation, she slipped it over her head. At first, nothing happened. Then she stiffened, like something had grabbed her from inside. Her spine arched, her breath hitched, and her fingers clenched the edge of the counter so tightly her knuckles went white. She let out a low gasp, somewhere between a moan and a growl, and I felt a chill go down my spine. Her reflection started to shift. It wasn't a blur or a shimmer. It was subtle. Her collarbones thickened, her shoulders broadened, pulling back with a slow, deliberate tension. Her hips narrowed, her waist cinched, muscles formed beneath her skin, sculpted and firm, like she was being molded from the inside out. And then, her breasts began to fade. Not all at once, just gradually. The soft curves I knew so well pulled inward, shrinking, flattening. In their place, strong pectorals emerged, clean lines and tone definition replacing softness. I knew what I was seeing, but I couldn't process it. Not really. It felt like watching time run backward, like the body I'd shared a bed with for 2 years was being rewritten in front of me. Her hands grew larger, fingers lengthened, her forearms thickened. A vein popped just below the surface of her skin. Her jaw widened, cheekbones shifted, her nose straightened. The woman I knew faded, piece by piece, until a stranger stared back at me in the mirror. Her long hair began to retreat, inch by inch, until it settled into a short, textured crop that framed a new face, masculine, rugged, but with her eyes. And then, it was done. He let out a slow, controlled breath. "Well," he said, voice smooth and low, "that still tingles." I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Donna was gone, and in her place stood a man who looked like he belonged on the cover of a fashion magazine. Dale, I guess, looked down at himself with idle curiosity, running his fingers across his chest, down his abs, over the taper of his waist. There was no shame, no awkwardness, just this calm, steady confidence, like he'd always lived in that body. He glanced at me through the mirror and smiled. I knew that smile. It was the same one Donna wore whenever she got the upper hand. "You believe me now?" he asked. He reached up, unclasped the necklace, and gently set it back down on the counter. "Clock's ticking," he said casually. 12 hours from now, I'll be Donna again, so let's make it count." Getting ready was a blur. Dale moved through the closet like it was his, humming to himself, selecting pieces with perfect ease. I sat on the edge of the bed, still trying to make sense of what I'd just seen. The smell of his shampoo still lingered in the air, but it felt like someone else's room now. "I've already got the voice down," Dale said. A little husky, a little confident, playful but not smarmy. He slipped into a button-down, rolling the sleeves back with surgical precision. "This blazer's going to hang just right once I tuck in. You got any cologne?" I pointed wordlessly toward the dresser. "Don't worry, I won't use the sexy one." He winked. "I'm trying to blend in." The Uber was waiting when we got downstairs. When we walked into the first bar, An industrial-style dive with loud rock music and pool tables that hadn't been cleaned since the 90s. I was instantly hit with a wave of noise and motion. Mike spotted me first. "There he is," he bellowed, arms wide, already buzzed. "About time," Jake called, lobbing a beer at me like it was a football. "We already did a round without you. Rookie move." I barely caught it. "You're all wasted already?" "You're late," Devin said, raising his glass. "Who's the Ken doll?" Dale said, stepping forward without missing a beat. "Old friend from college, lived with this guy for a year." Devin raised an eyebrow. "He real?" "Real enough," Dale replied, already shaking hands. Carlos gave him a nod. "You brought him? He stays." Within minutes, Dale was tossing back shots and sliding into conversations like he'd always been part of the group. And not just part of it, leading it. The bartender was laughing at his jokes. Some girl at the end of the bar actually waved at him, and he winked back. I was still on my first beer. We hit 2 more places after that. Louder, darker, more chaotic. At the second bar, Dale pulled me onto the dance floor with everyone else, but I hung back. He didn't. He twirled some girl in heels, dipped her low, got a cheer out of our group and a squeal from her friends. Jake came up beside me at one point and laughed into his drink. "I know it's your night and all, but your friend's kinda still in the spotlight." "Yeah," I muttered. "He's a beast. You better thank him later?" The words felt like vinegar. Mike joined us mid-round at the next bar, an upscale lounge with velvet booths and low-hanging chandeliers, and dropped into the seat beside me like a man returning from war. "Bro, best night of my life. This is better than my own bachelor party." Dale was ordering drinks. Top shelf, not even asking. He handed out glasses and toasted casually, like he owned the table. "To Alex," he said, raising his glass, "for going through with it." "To Alex," the rest echoed. I smiled, or at least, I think I did. It was after 2 when we got home. Dale flopped onto the couch, already tugging off his blazer and unbuttoning his sleeves. Now that is how you send someone off. I stood there by the door, just holding my keys. "You looked a little quiet near the end," he said. I walked to the kitchen and poured a glass of water just to keep my hands busy. "You were really in character." Dale stood stretching, his posture so loose and relaxed it made me tense just watching him. "That wasn't a character," he said. "That was me, without limits." Then he simply yawned, stretched again, and headed toward the bedroom like nothing in the world could touch him. I didn't follow. I wandered back to the bathroom. The necklace was still there, glinting on the countertop. Waiting.
Did that leave you wanting more? The naughty version's waiting for you on my Patreon, along with so many other juicy little secrets. Go on, baby. You know where to find me.